Gamers, today we're making a guide how to counter the White Tower rush. And this is what we're going to do. I am going to make a guide. Apparently it's super OP. This is the guy who made the video and the post that White Tower rush needs a nerf and it's OP. And we're gonna go into it. So what I'm gonna do, I am not going to blind counter anything. I am not going to make units with HRE and just kill him because, oh, well, I knew it's coming. I'm gonna play Civs like they're supposed to be played. So HRE, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a castle rush and I'm going to let him build the White Tower. Are we 100% sure it's him? It is him, yes. And he is picking 5 of my Civs, okay? He picked HRE for game 1. I'm going to let him pick the other 4 as well, and I'm going to play the Civs as they're supposed to be played in this matchup. Like, if I'm thinking, oh, HRE versus English, you know, what do I go for? What do I make? Kind of thing. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, he's going to White Tower rush. I'm going to make 30 horsemen. So I'm just laying the ground for everyone so you guys know what we're doing, so that if the White Tower comes up, people aren't like, oh my god, dude, he did it! I am letting him, this game, get the White Tower up. Same thing, I'm gonna scout as I usually do. I've been doing 2 scout HRE recently, which if you watch my stream, you know that has been happening for a while. Not this glorious. Glory. Again, I'm gonna do everything as if this is a normal game. Okay, he's going for a very early deer, which will actually delay his fuel age up. So already, if I was playing this a normal game and I didn't know, I'd be like, that's kind of weird. Because,
thanks for always providing entertainment for those of us who work from home.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. So already, this is weird. Like the fact it's going early deer, right? But I ain't making any adjustments, like I said. We're going to play this one like I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna do my castle rush, and because I'm playing against English, I'm gonna put the chapel here because my spawn for chapel is not good. I would love if my gold was here and I put chapel there, but because I'm playing against English, you don't do forward chapel, so I'm trying to be as honest as possible. Okay, I'm not gonna put chapel here just to get faster castle because that is a bad chapel position. All right. Okay. And I'm gonna also okay, I'm fine with shit. Let's go drop these off. That looks like a good chapel spot. And by the way, if you're watching this and you haven't watched the previous video that I'll be uploading as well for the people on YouTube, check out that video first. We got a little stone mining. Again, everything regular. Nothing weird. Not trying to skip any steps to this.
Was?
We got more sheep, like that. Now we're just gonna age up. We know the king is coming. Okay. So we're gonna scout if he's going for second town center. If he makes a barracks or something, you know, or foreign gold, okay. See, what you need to pay attention to, if you're going to face a white tower rush or not, is you need to see how many on gold, is he getting stone, is he chopping wood. So, now we look. Okay. Abbey of Kings is up 4 on gold already, and we know he has like 8 or 9 on food, which is a lot on food. So this is like, right now, potentially horsemen. What do we see now? Well, we see failing to kill the scout, but we see 10 on gold. No on stone. Only on food. Do we see any on wood? Nothing on wood. Which means he won't have any production buildings. If he is gathering only food and gold, what is he making? He's rushing castle. So, you can assume it's King's Palace at this point, or it's, oh, I didn't upgrade my tower. King's Palace or White Tower Rush. And you know what? I'm even gonna go back. Men-at-Arm Rush? Well, he can't do a Men-at-Arm Rush with 10 villagers on gold without barracks. That would be a little, you know. I'm gonna gather these. King is coming. Since I'm assuming, again, not assuming, but, you know, he is castle rushing, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go for cathedral. I'm not gonna burger again. I don't wanna blind counter. Now we're gonna go for knights, so I can get the relics. And knights are how you play this matchup, so you can get the, you know, you can get map control and all that. In Conquer, at least, right? Because this guy is Conqueror. I'm gonna get that chapel buff. King is somewhere. Okay, there come the villagers. 23 villagers. Okay, so that's gonna be for, he's putting it in range of the chapel and the TC so he can make rams. That's kind of the point of it, right? Okay. King is still alive. We're gonna start collecting relics. He's going for that. And now he's going to make what's it called? He's gonna make rams or whatever. And by the way, he chose HRE for me. I just want to re-emphasize that, so that we're all on the same page. Okay, Ram is here. I just don't want the king to do damage to my army. We're gonna make a nice little siege workshop. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just charge every cooldown. Look at that. He has 23 villagers here, or had. I don't know where if they're all here or not. Oh, he has some in the thing. Okay. So we know that all of his villagers are most likely going to be on the. What's it called? Are most likely going to be on wood. There we go. Brain fart.
Ich bin Ritter, ich führe ihr. Edle Ritter sind bereit. Alle Ritter eine Lust zu dienen. Ritters Hofgargesellen. Ritter zu meinen Worte marschieren. Edle Ritter. Bereitet Waffen und marschieren.
That's gonna go down.
Speerslingere bereit. Ritter im Sattel.
Now we're gonna defend our base over here. Just gonna pull the villagers. Now we're just gonna bang the rams. He's getting stone. Maybe he wants to drop a keep next. He wants to drop a keep. He's not mining wood, so that means the trebuchets or rams are not coming. So I'm just gonna start repairing my town center. We got another relic. I'm gonna get the last one. I'm gonna get the sacred sense too. And now you just pay attention to what he's making, like what is coming out of the let's go, out of the White Tower. This is going back on wood, so clearly he's trying to, you know, produce something like trebuchet or springald or something. Oh, he got springald upgrade, right? I think he got a springald upgrade. To make some prelates for supervising. He's making a siege workshop. Really? I don't know. He's gonna make that. Right. Now, I don't really need to go, by the way. You might be wondering, like, why am I not attacking his main base? Most of his villagers are here, and the rest of his villagers are probably under TC gathering sheep. He's making springalds now. And that's it. Game's pretty much over. I have too many knights right now. Springalds are killing stuff. I can even let him hit that if he wants. I can just go kill all his villagers here.
bereit. Ich lebe Ritter im Sattel.
Okay.
Mit Wurst.
Der Slingere.
We'll use emergency repair.
Ritter im Sattel.
GG. Now, that was the worst case scenario, right? This was like me not doing anything whatsoever. 0 units, nothing, right? And it looked very scary, right? I know it's like, oh my god, he almost killed you. That was not even close, okay? I would say your Regnit's placement was great. I capitalized on players. I mean, you don't put Regnit's forward, especially not against English. But okay, that sounds like a bit of copium, saying that, you know, that's where you put Regnit's. If that might have looked close, let me just explain what happened. So I lost the TC and I lost the Chapel. This might seem bad. Losing Chapel is whatever. I still had Prelates to inspire. Losing TC is bad because I lose the worker production. But it doesn't matter in this case. Why doesn't it matter? Because I bought some time with emergency repairs. And because I am already ahead because of Regnit's relics, right? So I'm actually ahead in economy there. Like, not behind. So, losing TC is bad, but he is completely all in, right? Now, why was that not even close? Because he needed to kill Regnit's, and all I needed to do is just sit there with knights and slowly poke with Stringles, and he can never kill Regnit's, because my knights would not be in range of his white tower, right? So, when you do get tower rush, the worst thing to do is panic, okay? That's the worst thing you can do. Like, you don't want to... Also, harassing the main base is pointless against this because he had 23 villagers, which I'm assuming he left few at home to continue gathering so you can make more villagers. It chose Abbasid now. Now again, I am not doing anything. I want to re-emphasize this. I am not doing anything that is not in the current meta at the Conqueror level. Because he is Conqueror, by the way. So I'm not gonna, like... My point is that not the gold player would react exactly like me. It's just to show you guys my thought process and how I'm doing stuff, right? I'm not countering anything. I am playing 100% how I would play the matchup. Now in Abbasid versus English, you go Culture Wing or Eco Wing if you're feeling very spicy. If you're playing against English. But if they go King, you go Military Wing. Why do you go Military Wing? Because then it allows you to... what's it called? Military Wing allows you to defend the king without needing to... what's it called? Without needing to make any production buildings. So, yeah. To get your town center up. And by the way, if you play this matchup, like 2 or 3 TC with no units, you're 100% gonna die, okay? There's no question about that. You're 100% dying. Actually, most Civs, if you do nothing, you're gonna die. It's like, if an enemy makes 10 knights and you make 0 spearmen, yeah, you're gonna die, right? And again, I do want to agree that executing the White Tower Rush is a lot easier than defending it once it's in place. But majority of the games, the way you should learn how to play Age of Empires 4 is to actually make units and try to be active on the map and try to be active with your scouting. That's what matters the most. I even put House of Wisdom forward, right? I don't want to put it in the back. I'm not trying to counter it, okay? That's where I would put it normally, because it connects, what's it called? Connects the mining camps. The reason I didn't put it here is because then I'm gonna have to put my mining camp over here, which is a bit... Okay. So, in the current meta, at the top level, and if you don't believe me, you can go watch any of the games. The English players go for Abbey of Kings. Now, if I could have gone and scouted for it, but majority of the players go for that because 2TC English is now being played. But even if they're not going 2TC or King into 2TC, if they're going Council Hall, having Military Wing for boot camp is pretty good, especially because you're gonna probably have to fight English in feudal. So I'm gonna get, that's it. I gathered too much actually there. That's fine. I'm doing my thing. Like that. And this is for fresh foodstuffs. So we're gonna go second town center. By the way, if I blind counter what he's doing, his villagers would not cross the middle, okay? So I'm not doing that for that reason. Okay, so we see villagers open, which I'm gonna go for immediately. And if I saw villagers on open like this, I would maybe get a little bit spicy even with some units. Trying to find his landmark, see what he went for. 4 on gold. Abbey, very late actually, very late. Abbey. Okay.
استعدوا قضي الأمر شدوا أقواس الأوامر قادمة أتحرك الآن أصبر كونوا متاهب سأفعل الآن إلى تأدية الواجب ما حاجتك نحن استعدوا أيها الجنوب أمرك سيدي أعدوا أنفسكم اتبعوا الأوامر نعم بالطبع أيها الرماة حان الوقت أمرك سيدي أيها الرماة نعم بالطبع أيها الرماة اذهبوا أيها الرماة.
Even if I lose the units, his Abbey is extremely delayed, so it's still worth to go for this. So why did this archer stop? Okay, 2 villager kills, that's pretty good. Now the king is going to be coming soon. So what you can do is pull archers back and do nothing with them, or you can hide him and wait for him to maybe move back and then to him. Now because he's using the villagers very freely, if I see him back, I would go for stable for sure. Now the king is out, so there's no point for me to try and, what's it called? Like make TC here, because that'd be stupid. Okay, he's not here. Now what you do is you start with some workers on gold, maybe a barracks to counter the king, and you just get your upgrades slowly. You're gonna check the gold. A lot of villagers on gold. Like this is a castle rush already. This is 100% castle rush after seeing that. Okay, all the villagers are here, and again, there is absolutely nothing else this can be. With no wood chopped, all villager, 22 villagers on food, and a castle rush at this point. So what do? I'll make another stable to try to harass, and I'll move a couple of villagers. What I'm gonna do is just go food and try to rush castle myself, because I don't want to be stuck with horsemen against knights or something, right? I'm gonna get textiles. King is coming too.
جاهزة عالم أصبوا الأوامر سأقطع الحظر ما هي الأوامر أسرعوا وصل الكشافة سأمرني لدي مهم استعدوا جميعا ما حاجتك أصبوا يا رجال الأوامر قادمة ما أوامر
انتبهوا تحركوا أيها الجنود
Maybe a good wheelbarrow here.
هيا بنا
Okay, where's the white tower coming?
لنذهب انتبهوا إلى الأمام أنت أنصتوا سأفعل نحن تحت هجوم تحركوا أيها الخيالة مستعدون
تحركوا القرويون هنا الأوامر قادمة سأفعل استعدوا جميعا أمرك سيد نحن القرويون بحاجة إلى الأوامر أمرك يا سيد القصف استعدوا سريعا
مصطفى الخيال مستعد اقتلوا
القوس جاء القروي أمرك سأفعل القرويون هنا
I thought I was actually gonna lose a lot more units so that I'm gonna free up supplies. So I was like, I don't need a house. And why is it okay to pull villagers? Well, I'm on 2 TC, and also he's losing the villagers too, so...
القرويون هنا إذا فلتتحركوا القرويون مستعدون وحاضرون القرويون هنا
And at this point the game is over, but you know, you can continue castle rushing or do whatever else.
لدي مهمة
If you're playing Abbasid and you're worried about this strategy specifically, like let's say every game you're playing against this thing, right? What I would suggest you to do, if you're playing Abbasid, Abbasid would have a lot easier time dealing with this, I think, because they can do very fast age up. I would suggest you to go military wing into stable and then into second town center, if you see something like this. Like at this point, if this is prevalent on the ladder in lower leagues and you see it all the time, if you see that English player is full on gold and food, just make units immediately. Don't even bother trying to get a second TC, right? If you see a stone being mined, that means they're going for second TC, and it's a normal build. 0 players below Conqueror would pull all their villagers to fight. Yes, I know. That's why I'm making a guide to show people how it's done. That's why the guides are there. So we did it with an HRE Castle Rush Civ, where I let him build it. We dealt it with 2 TC Civ, so now he can pick something else. What if he makes men-at-arms? From what? From a town center? He had no wood chop at all. Who is the paid actor? The paid actor is the guy who said this build is overpowered. So, if there's any actor in the world that is not paid, it's this guy. This is all reality TV, baby, right? What you're seeing here is all real. No scripted content today. You know, every day, everything's scripted on my stream, you know what I mean? All the opponents, they're throwing games against me. Because I paid him off. Not today. Okay, we're gonna go. Do I fire it up?
3 fucking scouts?
No, we can't. So in this matchup, you can get 2 TC before the king arrives. So I'm gonna do that. And after that, whenever you play Rus against Castle Rush of any type, you cannot just go 2 TC Castle Rush. You can if you can get some early easy walls to prevent enemy, you know, knights from killing you and stuff like that. But again, if I could wall it off somehow, I could wall off and rush castle myself with 0 units, but you usually make a few knights and then you go castle yourself. You try to kind of match them, but your castle is delayed a bit, right? Because you don't want to just, you know, die to 2 knights, and you want to put some pressure on their gold to make them not mine the gold so that they cannot spend knights. And again, if you are worried, I know there's gonna be copium in the chat, because there's always copium. A gold player wouldn't know that. He would never react like that. That's why I'm making the guide again for the 5th time. I'm trying to explain to people how they should react to this with different civs, right? So, if you are playing Rus, and again, if you're meeting this strategy extreme amount of times, I think by now you should understand how to detect the strategy, because I've explained it a few times. I've explained how to notice it, how to detect it, and what to counter it. How to counter it. Kremlin here. The easiest way to detect this strategy, no matter what civilization you're playing, it's not the deer. The deer doesn't mean anything, right? He can just be getting deer. The easiest way to detect this strategy is to scout for their gold and wood. English player will never put, like, you know, like fucking, I don't know, like 10 villagers on gold that early. There's nothing else they can go for except that. You don't need that much gold for men-at-arms or upgrades. That's only castle rushing. Okay. Got a lot of bounty, I like that. I'm gonna get the same upgrades I get with Rus. Play Rus. So I got nothing weird, nothing sus. We're gonna deliver the sheep and then we're gonna go scout. But I will say, this is very hard to stop once the white tower is up and you had no clue about it. I think everyone agrees with that. It's the same thing, like, if you didn't see 50 knights coming and you have 0 units, it's very hard to stop. Like, very, very hard to stop. And 50 knights, you know, you just A-move them and they kill everything. So, something to consider. TC, I'll probably go here. His king is not out yet. I'm gonna see how far it is, if I can get a TC here. But I can also pop gremlins. I think I can get it up, right? We check for production buildings. We're gonna just be annoying a little bit here.
Чего делать и надобно?
King is coming. Our second town center. See where the king went. So obviously again, this is a castle rush. Villagers are coming in again. You can even stop making villagers at this point.
Слушай, на приуготовляйтесь.
Оправляюся.
Слушайте все.
Слушайте. Ясно.
Брать будет.
Приуготовляйтесь все.
Копия на...
Брать будет.
Наказе будут. Исходим.
Готовы будете, лать?
Позарад. Копия.
Велик.
Слушайте, уразумех.
Копеч. Сейчас.
Люди, слушайте, готовы. Люди,
Готов. Готов. Двигаюсь опасно. Всадник готов есть.
Приуготовляйте код.
Латницы готовы, суд. Сделано будет. Приближайтесь,
Oh, he's gonna go up this time.
Приготовляйтесь. Лать. Уразумел.
Oh, we got a bail.
Приготовля. Готов, трудитесь. Слушаюсь. Приготовлять.
Люди уразумех.
Напряг бойни. Слушай, напряг по скору.
I'm gonna try to rush castle from here
Рад.
and see how that goes.
Что есть трудного?
Люди. Наказе будут.
Слушайте все.
приуготовляйтесь
You know what I can also do?
Жаловайтесь нельзя. Да примут смерть. Готовы будете, латницы?
What I could also do
Люди ждут наказы.
Накать.
Отойти надо. Готовитесь.
Приуготовляйтесь. Надобно есть.
Слушай наказ, но.
is tower rush here.
Слушайте. Сделают.
Наказе, но.
На суд.
Что делать надобно?
Слушай наказ, но. Идти надо.
Also, that white tower is not in range of town center.
Слушайте все.
Слушайте. Надобно. Приуготовляйтесь.
Брать будет.
Чего делать надобно?
Наказе.
Готовитесь, латницы. Велить, что делаете? Наказе, но. Напряг поскольку.
Приуготовляйтесь все.
Слушайте все.
Готовы.
Слушайте.
Уразумел. Готовитесь, латницы.
So, he has nowhere to go for wood now.
Готов, если иду напрямик. Наказ жаловайтесь нельзя.
Построены.
Люди, уразумех.
Латницы готовы, суд.
Наказе будут.
Слушаюся.
Приуготовляйтесь все.
Слушай наказ, напряжь бойни. И готов наказом.
Слушайте.
Труждайся.
Готовы будете.
Приуготовляйтесь.
Или иду. Готов, если наказы исполняете. Напряжь по скору, к славе. Наказывать, слушаюся.
Люди здесь. Да, сделаю.
Готов, если.
Люди происходят.
Готов, если наказы исполнять. Следую наказу. Двигаюся. Или иду.
He's losing quite a bit.
Делаю. Начну трудиться.
Now, I think that even if, let's say I didn't do this, let's say he was chopping wood, he would kill Kremlin, but he could not kill the,
Готов.
Люди здесь.
Уничтожу врага.
he could not kill the main town center, because again, it's not in range.
Латницы, напряжь. Я купоини, восстанете. Латницы
Готовы.
Люди, надобно есть.
готов.
Приуготовляйтесь все.
So like this thing now, where he's like, what's it called?
Будут. Чего делать надобно?
Where he's like, even if he kills this TC, it doesn't matter, right? Like, what does he gain here? He gains nothing. He's losing. He doesn't have any villagers, first of all, to produce frames. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'll just let him have it. There you go. I'll just leave, or I'll leave the TC, not the gift. The white tower is not in range of the town center. So let's say my TC was in the back. Let's say it was here. He would ram the Kremlin, and then what? I could get to castle at that point. You could always tower rush from this side, so that you can upgrade the tower so he can't chop wood. Then the villagers would have to go on the open, and then you can harass them with knights.
Готовы будете, латницы.
Наказе будут.
Латницы напряжь. Готовитесь, латницы.
Чего делать надобно?
I would probably not advise to like
Надобно. Приуготовляйтесь все.
what's it called? To like not rush under the white tower to fight. I don't think that would be a good idea. So you probably want to avoid that.
Готов, латницы напряжь. Готовить, латницы, наступайте. Приготовляйтесь, держу позицию. Слушаюся. Готов, есть следую.
So we can do one of these.
Уразумев.
For some reason I'm not getting vision.
На наказе будут. Начну трудить и сет.
Люди несут, надобно есть. Люди ждут наказы.
Can pull 2 gremlins just for the sake of it. And again, now we're in the same situation as we were in the HRE game. It's the same situation, right? You cannot break this at this point. He can destroy houses. He typed GG, by the way, he's this thing. He can destroy the houses for sure. The white tower is in range, so I'm gonna fail here. I would like to get that one knight out. Oh, okay. And you know when the game ends? The game ends the moment I age up, it is over. Because, look at this. The moment this age up goes through, it's over. You can leave. Because the whole point of this build is for white tower to be in range of the TC and both landmarks actually. So if your landmark is here and TC is here, he has to put white tower here or here in order to snipe them both. Prep? Okay.
Приуготовляйтесь все. Наказе будут. Сберут рекорд.
Латницы, на коней садитесь! Латницы наказа ожидают.
And he's typing D because he knows that landmark is probably in the back. I'm gonna build landmark here and then he never gets it.
Дайте мне работу. Исправляю.
Латницы, на коней садитесь! Наступайте, латницы, смелей! Трудитесь!
Слушайте.
Сил сейчас!
Okay.
Строй, держите, латницы! На коне! Латницы, смелей, готовятся! Идите набрать, латницы! Латницы, смелей, готовятся! Стремлюсь к добродетели. Готов повиновать здесь.
So, yeah. For example, if you played Jushi's Legacy, you can actually put Jushi Legacy often Meditation Garden is put very far away, like wherever the good resources are at, right? So if I played Jushi Legacy, if my landmark was here, which would be a pretty juicy spot for it, then if he places white tower, like it wouldn't reach both landmarks, right? So I can always just defend one with melee units. But all these, by the way, I have done 2 TC, and Castle Rush. These are like the worst case scenarios. I'm gonna do a game now with French or JD. I'm gonna do one game where I'm aggressive. Because in Conqueror, the higher you get in Conqueror, players are more and more aggressive. Delhi, okay. These 3, again, I showed you the worst case scenarios. You going to town center, you rushing castle with 0 units. Now I'm gonna play a game like how you would normally play an aggressive civilization. If you are, again, whatever league you are, if you're facing this very often, just play a bit aggressive against English. You know, just open with some units. Don't be like a greedy little turd. For the people asking who is this guy, is he even Conqueror? Yes, this guy is the guy who made the video about white tower rushing people, and he said it's OP, unbeatable, and deserves a nerf. So this is him. So we're playing against him, because who else to test this than again against the guy who's doing it, and you know. So all I wanted to do is play against it and show you guys how to play against it and how to scout it and how to think about it, okay? That's it. I'm not here to make you think that it's not OP or that it is OP. I don't care. I don't care how you feel about a strategy. This strategy is not overpowered. It is very easy to execute, and it is very strong if it's, you know, in position, but it is far from overpowered. So I'm just trying to help people learn how to play against it. That's it.
بلی فرمان دیدبان.
Yeah, that's why, by the way, I'm showing different civs. I'm showing different situations so that hopefully no matter what civ you play, you can kind of learn something from it. Because obviously I cannot do 16 games to cover every civ.
دیدبان آری سوار همی جنبان. دیدبان بلی آری آماده.
It's insanely strong. Doing this one tower strategy to conquer raiding is insane. Wait till you hear about all the people that got conquered with villager rushing. Oof. Just wait till you see villager, or sorry, only villagers to conquer. Just wait for that. We need a post about that. Mass villagers OP and needs an immediate nerf. You know what? I'll even put it forward. How about that?
بشنوید چوب خورد همین.
You're his brother? You can reach conquer in AoE4 with anything. And rushing a keep strategy on top of opponent's base is not one of the weaker ones. You know what I mean? There's a lot of weaker stuff you can do. For example, only villagers is way harder to pull off than this. Way harder to pull off than this. Donardi reached conquer with like 50 APM. People reach conquer with making only villagers. So people rushing a landmark keep on top of opponent's base is not really you know, a big shocker that it's possible to do. Exposed. What landmark? That's a very delayed landmark. What do you do in this case with chat? What do you do in this case? Gold exposed, late landmark, and deer forward exposed. What do you do? You make Ghazi Raiders.
من شما را چه نیاز بود؟ حاضر اطاعت.
آراسته کار
امرتان کا ولی
چوب حاضرم اطاعت کنم. آری بران کار را همی کنم. دیدبان اینجا.
من شما را
فرمان چپت.
ما روستاییان اینجا.
روستاییان آماده و در
دیدبان اینجا.
کار
آری مرا امر کنی همی کنم. آماده.
You know what's good against King? Spearman? Sure. You know what's also good against King? Ghazi Raiders.
فرمان
ولی
کش چون فرمان اینک
کار
اینک آری مرا امر کنی همی شنود فرمان اطاعت همی شود مرا آری چابک سوار آمد آری پیستر آری همی شنوم سوار بسید گوش دهید جنبید سپاهی آری همی فرمان بری گوش ده آری سواران آمد همی کنم صبر رویم شنوی آن سوی جلو روی اطاعت همی شود
If he's off of that, let's go and go.
همی روم تا اینک
گوش دهید رویم فرمان آیید فرمان چپتی آراسته آری هم سوی بر اسب همی روم سوار چابک سوار آماده مراد طبق فرمان دیدبانی سوارم خواهد رفت آری سوار اینک همی جنبم آراسته به سامان دیدبان
کار
فرمان
No stone.
سوار تیزتر رو
15 villagers.
به سامان ولی شنوی امر فرمان آری آری سوار است شابود اطاعت همیش مرا همیش شنوم آری
ولی
Get some archers.
آماد سب همی از جنن فرمان شما اینه به سواران جون مرا امر کنی اطاعت همی شود سواران آراست اینه آراست سواران آماد
همینطور که بفرمودی
فرمان سواران
همینطور که بفرمودی
به سامان صبر گوش دهی
برای پارسایی مردام‌های بند
فرمان
حاضر اطاعت
مرا همی کنم گوش دهی مردان آری شب آراسته همی شنوم صبر اطاعت همی شود به سامان سواران یا با سواران مهویزها اطاعت کنید سواران به سامان به دین اندر شوید آراسته آراسته اینه فرمان بده آراسته اطاعت سواران سواران جنبی صبر همی کنم صبر فرمان کمان آماده فرمان عمل همی کنم اطاعت کمان کش آماده سوار آن سوی جلو روید صبر کمان آماده گوش ده جلو همگی با هم
Good game.
Good game. Well played.
آماده
فرمان همی رسد
شما را چه نیاز آراست شنوید روید
By the way, what I just did, if you're like, yo, like that's Delhi, but how do I beat it with French? The same way. By the way, do you know why he's going on deer? I'll tell you. It's to not risk running out of food. That's it. Because I guarantee you he had games where he went on the sheep but ran out of. So now he figured out, okay, if I find deer and then after that, if I go on sheep when they attack, I'll have more food. So that's why he's doing it. So, number one tell, you can look if you play your games against English. Number one tell to start getting sus if the English player is on deer. Because if they're only on sheep, they might not have enough to age up if they didn't find a lot of sheep. Number two, if they didn't chop any wood, the 3 trees around their TC are untouched and they don't have a lumber camp. That's sus. The very big sus is if they have more than 5 villagers on gold. If they have 5 to 10 on gold, that is a castle rush, and you should immediately, if you're worried about the White Tower rush, you should make units against it. Okay, what could we play? Let's see. Most of the matchups, or most of the time with Byzantines against English on open maps, you want to go for Hippodrome. So Hippodrome into Horsemen, it's very similar to Delhi. You can go Grand Winery too, but Grand Winery is a lot riskier if you don't know what you're doing, right? So again, Byzantine versus English, especially in lower leagues, in my opinion, not because of this build, but you should be going for a Hippodrome. Japanese is like HRE. Ayubid is very similar to Abbasid. You can also castle rush and make siege with your units, so you don't even need siege workshop. You can fucking make whatever you want. China and Jushi Legacy, I haven't done those, so I guess I could do that. The advantage of China is and Jushi Legacy is kind of obvious, but I'll say it anyway. You have 3 landmarks. And also, if you have Barbican, he cannot White Tower your TC most likely because of Barbican, so you would have to put White Tower further apart. Or if you actually put Barbican like somewhere else, it's actually benefiting you in this case. Then we got French and JD. This is one of the easiest ones you can have. This is probably the easiest matchup you can have because you make knights naturally no matter what you're doing, so you're gonna have knights. I mean, do I need to say you also have a little stable. HRE and OTD, same thing, right? I showed how to play HRE. Delhi I showed English Mirror, I mean, if you play English Mirror, you make longbows. If it comes to build a white tower, you should have a lot of longbows and you just kill it. Mongol, you can just move away. Literally, you can just move away your DC. Ottoman, Rus I've done. So I haven't done Ottoman, Malian, or Byzantine. Which, again, I think Byzantine is like Delhi. It's gonna be a super easy one. Or China or Jushi. Okay, let's do a vote. Malians won't be as exciting. Like, none of these are very exciting. Maybe Ottoman or China would be exciting. Like, because this is what you guys are envisioning, right? You guys are envisioning, I'm gonna play Malian, build 0 units, and then go cows, and I'll die. What will happen is, I will open barracks, because there's a king, and then I'm gonna see, oh, he's rushing castle, and I'll just continue to make units, and that's it. You have to remember, the king forces you to make units. Okay, let's do Malian. The hardest ones, I would have to say, would be Ottoman and Malian. I think every other civ either has an answer in them just naturally making units, or Castle Rush. Abbasid can be hard too, or Ibid, sure. But so the reason why Malian and Ottoman might be hard is because Ottoman takes a bit to make units. But what helps Ottoman is that you are back to opening with military school with Ottoman, actually. When the game, or when Ottoman came out, sorry, you used to build military school. And then people realized, oh, I don't need military school against English because there's longbows. So what do I get? I get spearmen, not worth it. So you age up faster. Then, people stopped doing it for a while. They just aged up quickly. And then people started doing it again now, going military school because of the king opener. King opener is obviously very popular. So now opening spears again is worth it. Give me a second. Mareka is having some issues with her Serbian visa. She's coming back home from Austria, and apparently they have never seen anyone travel with a Serbian visa, so they don't know what to do. Kick W. Even though she has Serbian visa, she's a resident here, and she has traveled to Serbia 54,000 times. So she just sent me a message. I just read it quickly, and she said they're calling a supervisor now. Kick W. Eastern Europe be like? I mean, Austria is not Eastern Europe. This is not Serbia's fault. This is Austria's fault. We can vouch for women. True, actually. True and real. But I'm sure it's gonna get sorted. Like, it can't be like, yo, you can't go on the plane. It's like, oh, that's where I've been living for the past 6 years. Yeah, imagine the customs are like, okay, Twitch chat says so, let her through. He can run. He can run away. I'll let him live. So at this point, by the way, oh, he's aging up with 1. At this point, well, first of all, aging up with 1 is weird. But at this point, the English player, when they start aging up to feudal, should be, what's it called? They should be starting to gather stone. Everything's open. Slow age up. Nothing on wood again. If you go Donzos, you can safely go Javelins right after, because the English will like either make longbows to defend the Donzos, or you can use Javelin throwers to put pressure if they're like somehow after going for second town center or something. I'll wait for 2 and then I'll go. Yeah, I can see this matchup being difficult because I think with this one you really gotta be ready, because you don't have an option of fast castling like you have with some of the other civs. Villagers are gone. Chopping some wood. These villagers are all missing. And I've got no idea where they are. Another good thing is, like, if you prevent them from putting the white tower super close to your town center, that's gonna be good either way. So like right now, this is pretty bad, but what you can do as Malian, for example, is, let's say this goes up. What you can do is research Banco repairs and you can buy yourself a lot of time. But I would probably advise to, what's it called? I would probably advise to, once you get Banquet repairs, make sure you have some villagers in a wood to repair your TC, because from here is a safe spot, right? And then try to rush castle as fast as possible, and just put like landmark in the back or something. Because otherwise you're gonna be in a very, very bad spot. We found his tower. Was that magic? Isn't there fog of war? I had a unit patrolling here that saw the units. That's crazy. But yeah, I would say Abbasid, Ayyubid, Malian, and Ottoman. Maybe the hardest to deal with this. Just because your stuff is either delayed because of like cows or pit mines or military schools. Although with Ottoman you will have 3 spears when you age up, so maybe it's not that bad. I think the biggest tell in all of this for everyone watching is to just not worry about your build order. Just look at what they're doing. I kind of gave you guys pointers, you know, how to defend, what to look for, and all that. And even if it does happen, some civs can still deal with it. So that is it. For watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, this build is a meme. But you can reach Conquer with a lot of meme builds. So there's that. YouTube, thank you for watching. Twitch chat, let's keep going.